from Company, and I'm here with the new LG G6 smartphone flagship just announced here at MWC 2017, and I've also got Huawei's P10 flagship. So I'm going to do a little side-by-side, see what the difference is. So, as you can see, in terms of size, the G6 is a little bit bigger, not significantly bigger, considering that it does have a much bigger screen, 5.7 inches compared with 5.1 inches, but yeah, it has got a little bit of extra weight, a bit of extra width as well. And it's definitely a chunky monkey too. As you can see, we've obviously got the P10 in the case here. It's about the same thickness with that case on. It comes bundled with the P10. Both metal phones. I've got very different finishes though. This is the glossy white version of the G6. This is the brushed metal version of the P10. You can pick up the P10 in a variety of other finishes, including a glossy ceramic version, which is lovely. A similar sort of finish to this. And also a new brushed textured version. As you see, they've both got fingerprint sensors, but on the G6 it's here on the back. On the P10 it's here on the front. Nice and nippy in both cases, responsive and all the rest of it. Fully water resistant the G6 is, but sadly the P10 is only splash resistant. So you can't go giving that a dunking like you can the G6. Now 5.1 inch screen on the P10 is full HD, nice and crisp and detailed, but the G6 goes one further with a Quad HD Plus full vision display, 2880 by 1440. If you're getting nice and close, you can see they're both nice and sharp. And they're also quite punchy. Definitely both the colours will stand out, probably slightly more vibrant on the G6, but you get a nice wide viewing angles and all the rest of it as well. Definitely both rock a gorgeous display, although the G6 does have that more spacious panel, which is sharper as well, so probably more of a like for your media fans. You have full Android Nougat on both phones. The LG G6 packs, of course, a few bonus LG features. We dive into the settings, go to, generally get lots of different little bits. Of course, get LG's smart doctor and all the rest of it for looking after your phone, power saving modes and all the other good stuff that we know and love. Down in the display you can of course fully configure that as well. You've got the likes of Comfort View, which filters blue light. Same sort of thing on the P10. You get Emotion UI 5.1 on top. So once again you can configure the display, put on that blue filter modes, give that a quick tap to go back. You also have you can also have no virtual on-screen back home and all the rest buttons on the P10. You can just use this nifty little home button here. So just give it a quick tap, it goes back, or give it a full tap and you go back to the home screen. You can also swipe to get up your recent apps, whereas obviously the G6 uses the on-screen virtual buttons. In terms of the processors, you get a Killer 960 backed by 4 gigs of RAM in the P10, and you get a Snapdragon 821 with 4 gigs of RAM in the G6. Both cases super nippy. They should benchmark very similarly, and of course no problem whatsoever in terms of general performance, gaming and all the rest of it. They are super nippy. Apps load up the instant you tap them, and the rest, lovely stuff. You get 64 gigs of storage in the P10, expandable via microSD up to 256 more. You get a choice of 32 or 64 gigs on G6, and again expandable via microSD on a handy little slot on the side there, up to another 2 terabytes, so you can carry a massive media collection and tons of 4K resolution video and the rest on the G6. 3,300 milliamp battery on this bad boy, 3,200 on this one. We're going to do full battery test for our full review, so stay tuned for that. And that brings us nicely onto the camera tech. So P10 supports the dual lens Leica camera, fizz detection, autofocus and all the rest, 2-tone LED flash, and it is nice and nippy as you would expect. Just hit the shutter button and away you go. You get quite a few bonus camera modes thrown in there. You've got a HDR mode that you have to manually select. You can obviously shoot video, light painting mode and all the rest of it. You can shoot up to 20 megapixel resolution videos using the 20 megapixel monochrome lens, or 12 megapixel color photos using both the color and the monochrome lens together. And of course the likes of the wide aperture mode means that you can get some nice bokeh effects, which is lovely indeed. The G6 also sports a dual camera lens. Both of these are 13 megapixel, and the shenanigans here is that one of them is a wide aperture mode. So let's just zip around to that. Oh, I've been doing well. I miss you. Oh, thank you, Amelia. I don't know who you are, but okay. Can you go away, please? Thank you. So as you see, this is the standard lens. Again, nice and nippy. It's got HDR mode on, so it takes a little longer to process them, but it's fine. This is actually built into the auto mode on the G6, which is nice. And you can swap to wide aperture mode and take some shots with that as well. And of course, you've got a few bonus camera modes. Not as many as the P10, but that's nice. Keep it nice and slimline. You can of course get slow motion video and time lapse and the rest, and food if you want to do a bit of that. And on both phones, you can shoot up to 4K resolution video as well, which is lovely. So that in a nutshell is the P10 versus the G6. Both premium flagship phones launched here at MWC 2016. So let us know what you think in the comments below. Which one would you prefer? And stay tuned for full reviews of both phones. Cheers.